feels like AI in medicine is just moving so fast, doesn't it? Almost overwhelming sometimes trying to keep up.
It really is. You blink, and there's something new, a new tool, new research.
Exactly. So for this deep dive, we decided to, well, dive in. We've gathered a whole bunch of updates, research papers, news, you name it.
Yeah, the idea is to cut through some of that noise and give you a clear picture of what's actually happening right now, what matters.
We're looking at things like AI oversight, which is huge, AI finding new drugs, using it for diagnosis.
How we're teaching doctors about it, even spotlighting some companies doing interesting things.
Right. So hopefully by the end, things will feel a bit clearer. Let's jump in.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Where should we start? Oversight seems like a big one.
Yeah, let's start there. Because with tech moving this fast, especially in healthcare, you always wonder, who's watching it? Is regulation keeping up? Like the FDA.
That's a really critical question. And, well, the short answer is it's tough for traditional bodies like the FDA to keep pace.
Yeah.
The tech evolves so quickly. But what's interesting is this group, the Coalition for Health AI, or CHAI, they're stepping into that gap.
CHAI. Okay, I've heard of them. What exactly are they doing?
So they're setting up a national framework. The goal is ongoing evaluation, for AI models after they're already approved and being used.
Okay, so not just getting it approved, but checking it continuously. How?
Through something they call a model card registry. Basically, a central place where hospitals and health systems can share data on how these AI tools are actually performing in the real world.
Okay. Using common metrics and stuff.
Exactly. Common metrics, standard reporting. So you can see if, say, a diagnostic AI works as well in Hospital A as it does in Hospital B, or with different patient groups.
Which is so important, right? Because you hear about AI maybe not working the same for everyone or in different settings.
Precisely. That's the big worry. Performance degrading over time, or worse, making health inequities worse if it's biased. This aims for transparency, accountability.
So who's backing this? Who's involved in CHAI?
It's a pretty hefty collaboration. You've got major players like Cleveland Clinic, Stanford Medicine, Kaiser Permanente, Mount Sinai. These big institutions are founding members.
Okay, serious weight behind it then.
Definitely. We saw a quote from their CEO, Dr. Brian Anderson. He basically said there's just no central place right now for health systems to compare notes to really see apples to apples how these AIs perform.
Yeah, that quote really hit home. It highlights exactly why this is needed.
It does. It's about building that trust and ensuring these tools are safe and fair after they leave the lab.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, shifting gears a bit. Another area buzzing with AI is drug discovery. Mount Sinai seems active here.
Very active. They've launched a dedicated AI small molecule drug discovery center.
Small molecule, so like traditional drug types.
Yeah, exactly. But they're using AI to turbocharge the process, combining AI's analytical power with the usual lab methods.
To do what? Find new treatments faster?
That's the hope. Speeding up the whole pipeline, identifying potential drug candidates, predicting if they'll work, if they're safe, especially for tough diseases like cancer or Alzheimer's.
Imagine finding new cancer drugs years faster. Well, that's huge.
It really could be. AI can sift through data on a scale humans just can't, looking for those needles in the haystack.
Okay, so from finding drugs to finding diseases, diagnostics, there was something about lung nodules.
Yes, a partnership between University Hospitals Cleveland Medical Center and a company, Core.ai.
Core.ai, right. What are they doing?
They're using an FDA-cleared AI, it's called QXRLN, to look at chest x-rays. It acts like a second reader, helping doctors spot lung nodules early.
Like an AI assistant for the radiologist.
Pretty much. The goal is catching potential lung cancer sooner when they're more treatable, improve patient outcomes. They're actually running a clinical trial right now to see how well it works in practice.
That's a great example of AI augmenting, not replacing, the doctor, helping them do their job better.
Absolutely. That collaborative approach is key for responsible AI adoption in medicine.
And it's not just happening in the U.S., right? We saw stuff about global collaborations, too.
Definitely not. Over in Singapore, SingHealth and Duke NUS have launched AMI, the Artificial Intelligence in Medicine Institute.
AAMI, what's their focus?
It's broad. They're looking at AI research, education, setting up governance rules, even helping bring AI innovations to market. A really comprehensive approach.
And are they connected to CHAI, the U.S. group?
They are, yeah. They're partnering up. AMI and CHAI are working together to develop global best practices, promote AI literacy. It's good to see that international cooperation.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, let's talk industry. We looked at a startup, Medmitra AI.
Right. Medmitra AI, founded in India 2023, Dr. Anushka Sharma and Shivangi Sharma. They're building what they call autonomous AI agents.
Autonomous agents. Sounds ambitious. What do they do?
The idea is to help doctors with diagnosis, treatment planning, predicting patient prognosis, sort of an AI co-pilot.
How does it work practically?
It takes in all sorts of patient info history, lab results, imaging, and uses AI to give doctors quick, actionable insights. The big aim seems to be cutting down doctor workload, saving time in clinics and hospitals.
Which is a massive issue everywhere, doctor burnout and workload.
Exactly. They just got some pre-seed funding operating in Jaipur now, but they have plans to expand to Delhi, Mumbai, Bengaluru, and even smaller cities, bringing AI help beyond just the big metro areas.
Interesting that they're focusing so much on the doctor's workflow.
Yeah, it's about empowering the clinicians, making their lives easier so they can focus more on the patient.
Makes sense. So, if doctors are going to be using these tools, how are we teaching the next generation? Medical students. That brings us to Datathons.
Right, Datathons. There was this research paper looking at using them for undergraduate medical education.
What exactly is a Datathon in this context?
Think of it like a hackathon, but for data.
Mm.
Medical trainees get together, usually for a few days or weeks, get access to real, anonymized healthcare data, and use data science and AI techniques to try and solve clinical problems.
So very hands-on.
Very hands-on. The study by MD Plus looked at 2 digital datathons, around 200 trainees involved.
And what did they find? Did it work?
It seems so. They saw a big improvement in the students' Python skills. That's a key language for data science.
Okay.
And maybe more importantly, 82% of them said they felt more capable of actually getting clinical insights from data afterwards. More confident.
Wow, 82%. That's significant. Did they actually like it?
Apparently, yes.
Yeah.
93% enjoyed it and 82% wanted to do more, even if it cost a bit. And these were students from all sorts of specialties and stages of training.
So the conclusion was Datathons are a good way to teach these skills.
Yeah, valuable, cost-effective, gives trainees practical AI and data science skills they'll need for patient care, builds confidence, gets them interested. It's crucial because medicine is just drowning in data now. Doctors need to know how to use it, how to work with AI tools.
It's not just theory, it's actually doing it with real data.
Exactly, creating that data-savvy generation of doctors.
Okay. There are a couple of other quick research points too, right? Something about open evidence.
Yeah, that was an AI platform for primary care doctors. The study found it mostly just confirmed the treatment plans that the doctors already had for chronic conditions.
Huh. So it didn't really change their minds much.
Not frequently, it seems. It offered clear, evidence-based guidance, but the experienced docs were mostly already on that track. Suggests AI's role might depend on the context, the user's expertise.
Interesting. And the other one was about mental health practitioners.
Right, an international study. It found that mental health folks in Germany and the U.S. aren't super familiar with AI tools yet.
Okay.
But things like willingness to learn, feeling prepared, being comfy with tech, those predicted whether they intended to actually use AI tools in the future.
So even in mental health, where that human touch is everything, there's openness, but also a need for more training and confidence building.
Definitely. Understanding those feelings is key to bringing AI into that field responsibly.
Okay, and speaking of learning, there's a new college focused on this in India.
Yes. The Doctors AI community launched the Indian College of AI. In medicine, ICAIM.
ICAIM.
Yeah, it's their academic arm. The whole point is structured learning, research, innovation, really empowering Indian medical professionals to use AI effectively in healthcare.
Sounds like a really positive step for building local expertise.
It does. They're planning courses, certifications, collaborations. Should be interesting to watch.
Okay, finally. The worth attending thought. This one was pretty eye-opening. From Sir Demis Hassabis at Google DeepMind.
Yeah, quite a statement. He said, basically, maybe AI could help cure all disease, possibly within the next decade.
Wow. All disease in 10 years. That's incredibly ambitious. Almost hard to wrap your head around.
It is. It's that ultimate blue sky potential people see in AI for medicine. But, it also brings up a million questions about how we get there.
Absolutely. So wrapping this deep dive up, it's undeniable, isn't it? AI isn't just coming to medicine. It's here. It's in oversight, drug discovery, diagnostics, education.
It's weaving itself into the fabric of healthcare, piece by piece. And the pace is just incredible. Staying informed is, it's becoming essential.
So thinking about all this, the speed, the potential Hassabis mentioned.
Hmm.
What do you think are the biggest hurdles we need to tackle now? Ethically, practically.
That's the big question. Data privacy, bias, regulation, workforce training. The list is long.
And what developments are you most curious or excited to see next? Where do you think the next big leap will be? Lots to think about.
Definitely a lot to consider as this all keeps unfolding. Thanks for digging into it with us.